Good morning, y'all. Fuzzy Biker here in the Fuzzy Biker garage this morning. It is a whopping 6 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. 6 degrees below zero Fahrenheit on this absolutely wonderful January day. Can you hear the sarcasm in my voice? We're going to talk about the Alaska trip today. We're going to talk about motorcycles. We're going to talk about riding gear. We're going to talk about camping gear. We're going to talk about luggage and how the trip planning is going, and also how we're going to communicate with the world about it. You know, Facebook, I think, is the system. But we'll start with the motorcycles. I've got 3 good choices here. I've got my Royal Enfield Himalayan. I've got my brand new Royal Enfield Bear, this thing right here, absolutely beautiful motorcycle. And then I rode this the other day and decided that this would absolutely do the trip as it is, almost, just as it is. It's really set up very well for it. It's got luggage, it's got a windshield, it's got a very comfortable seat. The Alcan Highway is all paved, is my understanding, so that bike should actually do it very well. I'm biased towards tube tires. I think the bike that we take should have tube tires. This bike does not have tube tires. So I did talk to Baxter Cycle, Jeremy at Baxter Cycle, and there's really 2 ways we can go about it. I've got these Dunlop Tourmax Mission tires on here that are very rigid. And if you have a tube in there and you get a flat, there's almost no way to get them off. You'd have to have 4-foot long levers to get the tires off. So if I want to use those tires, I got to get tubeless rims. And we are going to see what we can do about getting those. If we can't get tubeless rims for this bike, what I'm going to have to do is go with a softer tire. And what I've thought about doing is going back to the original Seats. This is a Seat on the front. It needs a new one, of course. I could go ahead and put a Seat on the back with a tube, and I think I could handle that. Now, of course, the Super Meteor has tubeless tires already, so that wouldn't be an issue with that bike. Next thing on my list is riding gear. Now, a lot of people have commented that it rains a lot up there on that road, and it seems like the later you go in the year, the more rain you're going to get. So I'm thinking I need really good riding gear. I did a wet weather ride last year, and I caught about 300 miles of rain one day. I was riding this Himalayan with that windshield. I had my Royal Enfield Nervic jacket on, and that actually kept me dry, you know, but the jacket was just ultra heavy. By the time I got to the hotel, it was just soaked. I think I would need some sort of gear to go over that, so wear the Royal Enfield jacket, but maybe get something to go over it. So I'm going to do some research on that, and I also need good rain pants to go with that. The other thing would be gloves. I usually carry 3 pairs of gloves in my box here. Colorado Mark suggested I start using these neoprene, or these gloves right here, these plastic gloves underneath my gloves. We did that leaving Colorado. Our hands stayed dry, our hands stayed warm. It worked pretty well. As far as helmet goes, I'll wear my Shoei Neotech, I think it's called, 2 helmet. That's the best helmet I've ever owned, and that should not be a problem at all. Footwear, I'm going to wear my Keen boots, I believe, and then I'll bring some camp shoes to go with. Next thing would be camping gear. Now, this is something I should know a lot about. I camped over 30 times last year. So this bag right now has a full tent with awning, a full sleeping bag. This is the setup I used last year. It has a blow-up air mattress in there. I think it's a Climber V or whatever they call it, Climber 5, whatever. That's what I've got in there. That works pretty darn well. That whole system, I used that last year. Worked great. This is a camping chair, Moonlance. It works pretty good. That's pretty compact right there. Towards the end of the year, I decided I needed a mat, one of those blow-up mats, so I bought this thing right here. It's quite a bit larger, and it's 3 inches thick when it's fully inflated. It's one of those things where you lay it out, you open the knob up, and then it just fills itself up, and it becomes, you know, like I said, 3 inches thick. I ordered just the other day the same thing in 1.5 inches thick, and it's supposed to be half the size, so when I get the smaller one of these, try it. If it works, I'll bring that with us to Alaska, plus the little climber mattress. It's such a small thing, it'll be a good backup. I'm currently working on sleeping bag test. That means I'm a sleeping bag whore. I love sleeping bags. I got about a dozen of them, and they all work pretty good. All the ones I got are good ones. I think I'm going to bring a mummy bag with me this year. I've got this, I forget what brand it is. We'll do a gear video coming up soon. We're going to do a video just on gear, camping gear, all the gear we're going to take, how we're going to deal with food, all that stuff coming up pretty soon. Another thing to worry about is bugs. You know, they tell me there's lots of bugs up there, bugs like you've never seen before. So I've been working on that. I ordered some of these gaseous bug things. You know, it's got the little gas cylinder, and then it makes heat, and it's supposed to, you know, get rid of bugs around your campground. So I ordered some of those. I'll have bug spray, of course, and of course I've got a bug hood coming, a couple of them actually, just in case. All that gear, all the, you know, the personal gear, the camping gear, the bug control, all that stuff, I will get all that. I will lay it out on the floor along with my food, whatever I decide to do for food, and that'll dictate what kind of gear I end up using. and luggage wise. So right now, this is the system I have on this bike. This is a 15-liter detachable bag. It comes right off, one on each side. I don't have the other one on the other side yet. This is a Rhino Walk system. I asked specifically for this system from Baxter Cycle. We got this, and it should work pretty good. However, there are several other systems that work really good. I think Colorado Mark has the Rhino Walk mechanics bag system on his bike, his Himalayan. I can't wait to see that. I think he'll be back at the end of the month. Maybe we'll get a look at that. We looked at that green bag system from Rhino Walk. That was really cool. There are other, other brands, of course. I want to find out what kind of gear I've got, how much room I need, and then, put that on there. I want to have my camping gear and whatever else I need, my clothes and other stuff, just right here. I don't want anything else extra. I would like to have it so all my gear fits in 70% of my carrying capacity. I'd like to have this box relatively empty so I can, have my drinks and my munchies in there, my gloves in there, and maybe a light jacket or something like that. I'd like to have that easy access for simple things. The other thing is this bag up here. I'm going to have my electronics in here, I think, and stuff. I think this bag's going to be gone because I'm going to have my GPS up here. I want to add this bag, and I can't decide if I want it on this side or if I want it on this. Well, this side. This side has this first aid kit, and I'm definitely taking that with. So I'll probably add this bag to this side. Haven't decided yet how I'm going to do it. And that'll have chain lube and bike maintenance stuff, windshield cleaner, things like that in it. We are working on trip planning. We're doing that in segments. So we've got the trip planned from Marnie, Iowa, all the way to the Black Hills at this point. Next month, we're going to try to tie down from the Black Hills to the next point. And within 3 months, we hope to have the whole trip laid out, at least as far as going up there goes. The trip back, who knows how we'll do that. Plan at this point is meet in Marnie on the 20th or 21st, take off, get somewhere in Nebraska, depending on how many people go and how long people can ride. We'll run into the Sand Hills of Nebraska. There's a beautiful campground out there in the middle of nowhere, and then jet up to the Black Hills, maybe spend a couple days up there. Beyond that, we don't really have anything planned yet. I did start a Facebook page, The Fuzzy Biker, on Facebook, and we'll use that for communicating with people that actually want to go. If you want to go on this trip, hop on that page, send a friend request or whatever, however it works. And that's how we will get the information out to everybody. So if you're all interested in this trip, do that. If y'all are interested in a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, like that one, or a new Enfield like that one, or a Triumph like that one over yonder, or need gear like any of this stuff right here, including this bag. That's a Royal Enfield bag. Get yourself over to Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker, that's me, sent you. Hit like and subscribe. It's too cold to ride today. Like I said, 6 below out there this morning. I hope it's nicer where y'all are at. If it is, get out there and ride, my friends. Life is good. Wahoo!
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wahoo!